Aloha and welcome to another episode of Tiki Room Talk, a Disney podcast. My name is Angela and I'm joined by my sister Christina.
We will be your master of ceremonies on this enchanted journey into weekly top 5 topics and helpful tips when experiencing all things Disney.
You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, YouTube, or on Libsyn. Just search Tiki Room Talk. If you like listening to us, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Tiki Room Talk. We'd love to hear your feedback or answer any questions you may have, so be sure to reach out to us.
This week's topic, we will be discussing something we're pretty excited about.
It's the top 5 movies we would turn into Disney attractions. Our siestas keep getting shorter and shorter, so let's wake up the Glee Club,
put on the show, and get Tiki talking.
Welcome back to another episode of Tiki Room Talk. This episode kind of ties into something that we were talking about the other day, actually, that Disney hasn't made an original attraction since Expedition Everest. And by that, they haven't...
not based off of
a movie or any
kind of material that they might have owned or purchased.
Isn't that crazy?
I think it is. I think it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
A little bit, too. But then, I guess without previous content, we wouldn't have attractions like Frozen Ever After,
any of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Pixar Pier,
or Pandora.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's pretty crazy though, because when it started, a lot of it was original.
Yeah, it's true.
Tiki Room,
mm-hmm.
Small World,
mm-hmm.
and that's one. Thunder Mountain Railroad, Space Mountain,
mm-hmm.
Carousel Progress.
Yeah.
I'm just spitting out Magic Kingdom ones. If you can think of any team, that would be great.
Well, most of Animal Kingdom, I mean, other than
Cali River Rapids,
Tough to Be a Bug was based off of Bug's Life, but I mean, Cali River Rapids, Kilimanjaro Safari, Dinosaur, because the dinosaur movie wasn't even out then. It was called Countdown to Extinction originally.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, how much of Epcot was not based off of anything?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you had Dreamfinder and Figment.
Test Track.
You had the Wonders of Life Pavilion.
Yep.
The Universe of Energy Pavilion. Yeah, so it's crazy.
Everything.
When you think about it.
Majority of things now.
I don't think you can name anything in the past, at least 10 years that hasn't been based off of something.
It's pretty crazy to think about, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Going off of that, even though we said most of the rides are now, based off of movies, we're basing some rides off of movies. So we picked 5 awesome movies plus 2 honorable mentions that we imagined into Disney attractions. So, Christina, why don't you take us to number 5?
Okay, so number 5. The movie Mulan.
My favorite movie.
I know. We all know it. But we're going to give you a little bit of a backstory here. Mulan is Actually, I should let Ange do this.
Thank you, Teen. Mulan is a 1998 American animated musical historical action-adventure film produced by Walt Disney, feature animation for Walt Disney Pictures. It is based on the Chinese legend of Hua Mulan and was Disney's 36th animated feature and the 9th animated film produced and released during the Disney Renaissance. Ming-Na Wen, Eddie Murphy, Miguel Ferrer, and B.D. Wong star in the English version, while Jackie Chan provided the voice for Captain Li Shang for the Chinese dubs of the film. Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The film's plot takes place in China during the Han Dynasty, where Fa Mulan, daughter of aged warrior Fa Zhu, impersonates a man to take her father's place during a general conscription to counter a Han invasion. Development for the film began in 1994 when a number of artistic supervisors were sent to China to receive artistic and cultural inspiration. Mulan was well received by critics, and the public praised the animation, plot, characters, particularly the eponymous character, and musical score, and grossed over $304 million. It earned a Golden Globe and Academy Award nomination and won several Annie Awards, including Best Animated Feature. A 2004 direct-to-video sequel, Mulan 2, followed, and a live-action adaptation directed by Nikki Caro is scheduled to be released on September 4th, 2020. Finally! I'm so excited to see that! I know, and it's been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back.
We've been waiting since March. Well, Angela's been waiting for 15 years, but...
Ever. Mulan is the best. And this movie looks like it's going to be awesome.
Off the charts.
Yeah.
So, if we were making this an attraction, I think for me, obviously, it would go in the China Pavilion in Epcot.
I agree.
That makes
That's
the
where I
most
put
sense.
mine as well.
If I'm envisioning it as an attraction, this is going to sound kind of lame, but I like the idea of like a stage show.
Mm-hmm.
Something where Mulan teaches us how to become warriors.
I love that.
Right?
I love that idea.
Because it'd be fun. You can get like the kiddies involved from the audience, but also maybe a couple adults, right? Like, let's keep everybody involved.
Yeah.
And then halfway through, you could have like Shan Yu bust in there, and then there's like some real stage combat,
Yeah.
you know, occurring. I think it'd be fun.
I think that would be really, really awesome.
Because you have a lot of like indoor coasters and things being built in Epcot right now.
Yeah, I think a good show.
I think a good show would be nice. They have a couple in the France Pavilion and then the Canada Pavilion, and they do have a video show in the China Pavilion right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying replace that. I'm just saying in addition to. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I love that idea.
What kind of idea do you have?
I don't love my idea as much. So I just want to say before I say this idea, my other ideas are way better. So like, bear with us. Like, don't turn us off after this idea that I came up with, because I couldn't come up with anything. I know there's already a Soarin' in Epcot, but like this would be something similar to Soarin', where you're like flying over everything, like on one of the Chinese kites that's from the movie, right? So you're like kind of flying over the scenes of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, some scenes you would fly over is, like, when their father, like, is getting recruited, like, and you're getting an aerial view of everything.
Sure.
So it's, like, a different view of, like, of the movie. And then, like, her running away, in the rain, and, flying over the training camp when they're doing all the different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When they find the destroyed camp. The big avalanche scene would be a big one. And then the final scene, when you're on the roof with, like, Mulan, and maybe something like you accidentally land, and, like, the characters, like, you interact with the characters, and you help Mulan defeat Shan Yu, and...
I like that idea, though.
I don't know, stay with us,
I think
right?
it's cute.
It wasn't my best.
I like it.
I just, like, Epcot already has a Soarin', but...
I don't know, I like it. I thought it was cool.
Thank you.
I thought it was cool.
Awesome.
Hey.
Let's take us to number 4.
So number 4, the movie Tarzan.
2 worlds, 1 family.
Tarzan.
Trust your heart. No, I'm just kidding.
Tarzan is a 1999 American animated adventure film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation for Walt Disney Pictures. It is the 37th Disney animated feature film, the 10th and last release during the Disney Renaissance era, and it is based on the story Tarzan and the Apes by Edgar Rice Burroughs, being the first animated major motion picture version of the story, because there have been many.
Yeah.
The film stars the voices of Tony Goldwyn, Minnie Driver, Glenn Close, Rosie O'Donnell, Brian Blessed, Lance Henriksen, Wayne Knight, and Nigel Hawthorne. English recording artist Phil Collins was recruited to compose and record songs integrated with a score by Mark Mancina. Meanwhile, the production team embarked on a research trip to Uganda and Kenya to study the gorillas. The animation of the film combines 2D hand-drawn animation with the extensive use of computer-generated imagery, and it was done in California, Orlando, and Paris, with the pioneering computer-animated software system Deep Canvas being predominantly used to create three-dimensional backgrounds. So I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I love how Disney, like, goes places and does their research and isn't just like, let's just draw this movie.
Yeah,
Like,
I
they
don't
really
know. Gives it
research
authenticity.
Yeah, definitely. And you can tell the difference.
I was reading this article once about the animators that did Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
And they were super excited. They were like, okay, well, like, Disney always, like, sends us places for our research. Like, I'm so excited, where are we going to go? And Disney was like, you're going to an arcade.
Yeah.
They're like, come on, you sent the Mulan animators to China.
Yeah. These guys went to Uganda.
These guys went to Uganda.
And Kenya.
And they sent them to an arcade.
That's great. That's so good.
I think that's funny. Tarzan premiered at the El Capitan Theater on June 12th, 1999, and was released in the United States on June 16th, 1999. It received a positive reaction from critics and grossed $448.2 million worldwide, becoming the 5th highest film release in 1999, the 2nd highest animation release of 99 behind Toy Story 2. It won the Academy Award for Best Original Song, You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins. And the film has led to many derived works such as a Broadway adaptation, a television series, and 2 direct-to-video sequels, Tarzan and Jane in 2002, and Tarzan 2 in 2005. So, if you were making this ditty an attraction, where'd you put it?
Okay, so, for my attraction, I would put this in Animal Kingdom.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I know you said Animal Kingdom too.
I did also say Animal Kingdom.
The type of attraction I would do, so in Universal, I don't know if they still have it anymore because they're building that new coaster, but they used to have something called the Pteranodon Flyers.
Yeah.
So it was like pterodactyl, like you were a pterodactyl, but you were like flying around. And I would do that, but like so much better. So the way it is you're underneath the track, and there were 2 seats, and it looks like you have wings, but obviously it's going to be different than that. And you're in little seats, so you dangle, so your feet are dangling, and it's not like fast or anything, but you're kind of you're gliding along. And then like, you know, it would be cool if there were some big trees around you, and like you saw Tarzan like in the trees, like they had maybe like they don't need to move a lot, kind of like maybe the ones that are around the steamboat.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
the riverboat.
Yeah, the riverboat. And then, you know, also it would be really cool if maybe you could fly over some of the animal exhibits.
Ooh,
so
interesting.
Like maybe like the monkey exhibits that are there, or the gorilla exhibits.
Yeah.
Like I think that would be pretty cool.
Interesting.
So it's like you're swinging through the trees with Tarzan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like your idea better than mine, Ange.
Yeah.
I do. Ange wins on this one. For me, I said it would be an Animal Kingdom, which you're going to hear me say that a lot this episode. So apparently I'm spending all Animal Kingdom's money right now. I think you could easily slip this into the Africa Pavilion.
Yeah.
And then have maybe like a gorilla exhibit to follow. Now, refresh my memory. I think they already have gorillas.
I don't remember.
I think they're on the Expedition Trail near Cali River Rapids.
I think you might be right.
Not the Maharaja Jungle Trek.
No.
It's a separate one.
Yeah.
So they might already have these gorillas. I don't like my idea as much as Ange's, but I'm going to go with it. So, love Cali River Rapids. And we were just lamenting that there's like nothing like original left.
Yeah.
And it is one of the originals that like it doesn't have anything to do with any movie or any kind of content or whatever. So I like that it sends a positive message about logging and ruining nature and stuff. So it's like great. It's a great ride. But I kind of like the idea of overlaying Tarzan over Cali River Rapids.
I think it could definitely work.
I think it could definitely work.
Yeah.
I think like have a Tarzan Jungle River Rapids and you got all the music from the movie and you're getting like chased at points, like where they have like the fire and stuff.
Have like cheetahs next to you or something.
Yeah, or what? Is it a cheetah that's the bad guy, or is it a jaguar?
Jaguar, that's it.
Yeah, the jaguar coming after you and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Obviously, you wouldn't have like screens or anything like that, so you wouldn't be able to build anything like that. It would just be like all your foliage and vegetation and stuff to tell the story. But I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely.
I think it'd be cool.
You could do like the elephants in the water too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Play the music and stuff like that. You could have the camp by the camp getting destroyed and everything.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome.
People love River Rapids rides. So.
That would be a fun overlay, I think.
I think it would too.
And we love Cali River Rapids.
Do love you, Cali River Rapids.
But that could be a cool overlay.
I think so.
I dig it.
All right, Ange. How about number 3?
Number 3. We've got The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book is a 1967 American animated musical comedy film produced by Walt Disney Productions. Based on Rudyard Kipling's 1894 book of the same name, it is the 19th Disney animated feature directed by Wolfgang Reitherman. It was the last film to be produced by Walt Disney, who died during its production. The plot follows Mowgli, a feral child raised in the Indian jungle by wolves, as his friends Bagheera the panther and Baloo the bear try to convince him to leave the jungle before the evil tiger Shere Khan arrives. I just bought this book. I'm going to read it. I've never read it.
It's a good one. You'll like it.
I'm excited.
It's classic.
The casting employed famous actors and musicians Phil Harris, Sebastian Cabot, George Sanders, and Louis Prima, as well as Disney regulars such as Sterling Holloway, J. Pat O'Malley, and Verna Felton. And the director's son, Bruce Reitherman, as Mowgli. Oh, that's cute. The Jungle Book was released on October 18th, 1967, to positive reception with acclaim for its soundtrack, featuring 5 songs by the Sherman Brothers, and one by Gilkison, The Bare Necessities.
Look for the bare necessities.
That's a good one. The film initially became Disney's second highest grossing animated film in the United States and Canada, and was also successful during its re-releases. The film was also successful throughout the world, becoming Germany's highest grossing film by number of admissions. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Disney released a live-action adaptation in 1994 and an animated sequel, The Jungle Book 2, in 2003. A live-action remake directed by Jon Favreau was released in 2016.
Which is good.
That's a really good one.
I
feel like it's really underrated, and I think it's really good.
I think it was really, really good. They did a really good job with it.
Yeah. All right, Teen, what would you do for this one?
I almost want to change my answer.
I know, I don't love my answer for this one either.
It's just probably going to be better than mine. I think for me, this would go in Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
You're going to hear me say that a lot.
Okay.
And this one hurts me. It hurts me a lot. Dare I say this? As much as I love Tough to Be a Bug, and I do love it.
Yes.
I think I would put this in the Tree of Life.
I think it makes sense.
I think it makes sense.
I think
it'd be a good fit.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like a 4D immersive experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I think I would actually like to use the new version.
Ooh.
I think it's visually stunning.
Yeah, I like that.
And they did such a good job with it. Like, to me, it flowed better. It made more sense. The additions were all good.
Yeah. I like the ending a lot better.
And so I think if you're going to do like a 4D thing,
yeah,
I think it would be better to go with the newer version.
I agree.
And then maybe more people would know about it.
Yeah.
I like something along the lines of Flight of Passage, so big money's on this one. I'm spending all this Animal Kingdom money and Imagineering Animal Kingdom money. I imagine the idea of, like, maybe it's from Mowgli's perspective. So you're Mowgli, right?
Okay.
And you're riding on the back of, like, Bagheera.
Yeah.
Like, through the jungle, and you encounter, like, King Louie and Shere Khan and everything, and you're going through, and then it ends with, like, the fire.
Oh, yeah.
And the jungle getting saved and stuff. I think it'd be really cool.
I think visually that would be awesome.
I do too. I think it'd be so cool. Now, I don't know if they have, like, enough room in that
this is all hypothetical.
It's all hypothetical. And it's all hypothetical monies, too. But I think it would be really cool to do something like that.
No, I like that idea a lot.
All right, Ange, what do you have?
What do I have? So I'm going to change it up a little bit for this one.
Ooh.
And I'm going to go in the Magic Kingdom, but I have two ideas.
Ooh.
So I have two different locations. So one is in Adventureland and the other is in Fantasyland.
Okay.
So my Adventureland attraction would be replacing the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse and turning it into like a Jungle Book themed attraction.
Ooh.
Kind of like how Disneyland is their treehouse is Tarzan.
Yeah.
I would do this one like Jungle Book.
Okay.
Have like, you know, like the characters in there, and I think it'd be cool to like walk by like Kaa on the snake on like a tree, like trying to hypnotize you. Me. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. And that would be the original animated version.
Okay.
Then my second idea would take place in Fantasyland.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it would be the original animated version. And it would be like a brand new classic dark ride.
Ooh.
Because they don't really do dark rides anymore.
No, not. I guess what was their last dark ride? Well, Ratatouille, but not open yet.
Yeah, but that's like hybrid dark ride.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going like old school dark ride. So I would do it where like similar to like Peter Pan and Winnie the Pooh, that kind of dark ride.
Well, Frozen's like that. Yeah, they did Frozen a couple years ago like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even want it that high tech. I don't want the hologram
and she doesn't like the
faces.
projection
I don't like
faces.
The projection faces.
They upset her somehow.
I just don't like them.
Well, when they did The Little Mermaid back in 2013.
Yeah, that was very similar to it. That was.
And those animatronics are like fluid. Actually, what am I talking about? The Pandora one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But, yes. So, yes. Similar to those. And I would have you be on like a leaf boat.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going through the water. And you're floating through the movies, and there can be, like, one scene where you're with Mowgli and Baloo in the water. He's sitting on top of him singing the Bare Necessities. Like, that's, like, next to you. Mm-hmm. There's another scene where, like, Kaa's on the tree, and he's, like, singing to you. I don't know. I want it to seem like more of a classic dark ride, but it's new, so it's genius.
I like it.
I think, and all animatronics. Like, no screens.
Right. Like, keep it classic.
Keep it classic.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. It's fun for the whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think either could work.
I like both those ideas.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, this next one I'm excited about. I'm making you go first.
Mine's probably gonna be crap compared to it. So
Tell us what number 2 is.
Number 2, and we've talked about this movie before, so bear with us because we're probably summarizing it for you. But number 2, The Emperor's New Groove. Kuzco, what's his name? The Emperor's New Groove is a 2000 American animated buddy comedy film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation and distributed by Walt Disney Pictures. It is the 40th animated Disney feature film and was directed by Mark Dindal from a script written by David Reynolds based on a story by Chris Williams and Dindal. The voice cast features David Spade, John Goodman, Eartha Kitt, Patrick Warburton, and Wendy Malick. The Emperor's New Groove follows a young and self-centered Incan emperor, Cusco, who is transformed into a llama by his ex-advisor, Yzma. In order for the emperor to change back into a human, he trusts a village leader, Pacha, who escorts him back to the palace. The Emperor's New Groove was released in theaters on December 15th, 2000, and it performed disappointingly at the box office compared to Disney films released in the 1990s. It grossed $169.3 million on a $100 million budget.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that kind of stinks. However, the film found larger success when it was released for home media and became the best-selling DVD of 2001. So,
that's great.
Go figure. It received generally favorable reviews from critics who praised it as one of the best films released during Disney's post-Renaissance era and the most comedic. It was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song for the song My Funny Friend and Me, performed by Sting, but lost to Things Have Changed by Bob Dylan from Wonder Boys. A direct-to-video sequel, Kronk's New Groove, was released in 2005, and an animated spin-off, The Emperor's New School, aired on Disney Channel from 2006 to 2008. So we've talked about The Emperor's New Groove before. Love it.
Love it
So good.
Much. So much.
I don't love my idea for this.
Okay.
Angela's probably going to school me.
Right, don't read mine.
I'm not reading it. For me, the location, it's tough. And this is another one. I'm costing big monies here. I would put this in Animal Kingdom because there's no, it takes place in South America.
Right.
And there is no South American presence anywhere at Epcot or Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go so far as to build a land for it.
Wow.
We need a South America land.
Okay.
And then we're going to let Emperor's New Groove be its flagship attraction.
Yeah.
I like the idea of putting this in Animal Kingdom because, when you think of the animals that are native to South America that you could put on display, it would be so cool.
Yeah.
The birds and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe you could also have, a petting zoo with llamas. You know?
Yeah, I get it.
Get that in
I
there?
get it.
I think my idea of an attraction for this, and I know Animal Kingdom's got one, but I like the idea of an indoor coaster, because I like the scene where Yzma and Kronk are going down to Yzma's lab.
Yeah.
And it's short,
Yeah.
But expand on it, right?
Yeah.
It'd be a whole cool
Definitely.
thing.
Yeah.
So I know right now they're building Guardians of the Galaxy and Tron, so obviously indoor coasters are big. But
Yeah.
I mean, it is Florida. So
Yeah.
they're a good idea for Florida summers, and indoor
Definitely.
coasters coming in clutch and stuff. So I think it'd be cool.
I like it.
I like the idea. I could build an Incan temple, and
Oh yeah, that
it's
would be
inside
awesome.
there, right? Yeah.
You build Cusco's temple.
Yeah, you could build Cuscotopia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I took your idea and took it one step further.
Okay.
Don't read mine.
Wait, you read my ideas, but I'm not allowed to read yours?
No. Don't read mine.
I'm not reading it.
All right. So mine, I think I would put in Hollywood Studios.
Ooh, okay.
I don't really know where else it would fit. I agree. If you added some area to Animal Kingdom, it could work.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I think I'm going to Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
So I like the idea of an indoor coaster.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I'm taking it one step further and I'm making it an indoor-outdoor water coaster.
Ooh.
So I think inside it'll take you through different scenes in the movies with the animatronics, and that part will be more of floomy. So it's slow.
You're floating along.
You're floating along.
Mhm.
You're seeing you're going through the story, and then when you get to the scene like you were talking about, where Yzma and Kronk, where he has to pull the lever,
Mm-hmm.
that's when it gets into a little bit of a roller coaster inside. So it kind of mimics the coaster from the movie. So at that point, you're like moving real quick, and then you'll go down a little hill inside that'll put you back to a flume. So then you'll start going slow again. You'll go through more of the plot. Then we pick up again when everyone's like fighting over the vials.
Oh.
So then all that's happening. And then you're picking up a little bit. We'll go uphill.
We have to have a scene with the giant trampoline. We did not order a giant trampoline.
So when you get toward the end of the movie and the water starts flowing out of the nose, and all the guys fall down it, that's your drop. That's your flume drop.
Oh my god, that's funny.
So like you're seeing all this stuff happening while you're going up. Go down the flume drop. I like that was a good touch. I like having you have an animatronic of the guy at the end talking about the giant trampoline. And then you go back inside, end it slow, kind of similar to Splash Mountain, but on one side you have Cusco-topia. Like in the background, and then the other side you have the Squirrely Scouts.
Oh my god, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
So indoor, outdoor water coaster.
Oh, and they don't have one of those.
They don't.
They have one in SeaWorld.
They do.
Yeah.
And then I just like, it would be so much fun. It would be so much maintenance with all the animatronics and the water.
Such a burden.
It would be so hard, but it would be so
It would
cool.
be worth it.
Yeah.
It would totally be worth it.
I like that.
I would ride it on repeat.
Thank you.
It'd be so good.
Thank you.
I like the idea of it. I'm digging it.
Thank you very much.
Plus, I think I like the merch.
Oh my god, that would be so much fun.
Think of the merch you could sell with that. All right, Ange, what's our number one?
Number one, we have Inside Out, which I think is such a cool answer because you could do so many cool things with this.
I know.
All right.
My brain was busting with ideas.
Buckle in because there's a lot to read here. Inside Out is a 2015 American 3D computer animated comedy film produced by Pixar Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures. The film was directed by Pete Docter, co-directed by Ronnie Del Carmen, with a screenplay written by Dr. Meg Lefauve and Josh Cooley, adapted from a story by Docter and Del Carmen. The film is set in the mind of a young girl named Riley, where 5 personified emotions, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, try to lead her through life as she and her parents adjust to their new surroundings after moving from Minnesota to San Francisco. Docter first began developing Inside Out in 2010 after noticing changes in his daughter's personality as she grew older. That's so funny.
Can you imagine me like, remember that time you were turning into a teenager? I made a movie about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. The film's producers consulted numerous psychologists, including Dr. Keltner from the University of California, Berkeley, who helped revise the story by emphasizing the neurophysiological findings that human emotions affect interpersonal relationships and can be significantly moderated by them. After performing at the 68th Cannes Film Festival on May 18, 2015, Inside Out was released in North America on June 19, 2015. The film was praised for its concept, screenplay, subject matter, Michael Giacchino's musical score, and the vocal performances, particularly those by Amy Poehler, Phyllis Smith, Lewis Black, and Richard Kind. The film grossed $90.4 million in its first weekend. Oh my gosh, that's so much money. Making it the highest opening for an original title at the time, accumulating over $857 million in worldwide box office revenue in 2015, making it the 7th highest grossing film of 2015. The film received several awards, including a BAFTA Award, Golden Globe Award, Critics' Choice Award, Annie Award, Satellite Award, and Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. And I think it deserved all of those. I think this is an
gosh, if you haven't seen Inside Out, go watch it right now. It is an amazing movie. I can't tell you.
Visually, it's amazing.
And just
creativity. It's insane.
Oh my gosh. Some of the stuff they came up with, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, it's amazing. And if you ever took a psychology class, like in high school or college.
It's bread and butter.
Oh my god,
it's so good.
Oh. And I feel like psychology teachers should like show this movie.
Oh my gosh, it just puts such a simplistic view on like the things that go on in your mind.
Really complicated things,
and like just the dream sequence and stuff. Like just creativity to the max. It's so good. It's such a good movie.
I like the segments where they talk about having the song stuck in your head.
I know. Oh, it's so funny. There's this one scene where they're on the train of thought Which gets derailed, by the way.
Yeah,
which is hilarious.
I
Because
know.
how often do you lose your train of thought? And they knock over these boxes of facts and opinions, and they're like, I can't sort these facts and opinions. And one character's like, it's okay. Just put them together. It doesn't matter. Like,
it's so tongue-in-cheek.
it really is, though.
It's so funny.
Oh, it's
and then
so
the imaginary
good.
friend, like, it's also good. It's also good.
You have to watch it if you've never seen it.
Yes.
It's like Pixar's, like, at its finest.
Oh,
and they,
yeah.
trust me, everything is wonderful in Pixar. But
yeah, but this one
so good.
is good.
So
very
good.
good. So, all right. I don't remember if I like this one very much. I think I went too hard, but all right. So
I went too hard.
I don't know. I had read Christina's notes before, so I cannot take credit for this. But the Imagination Pavilion in Epcot, I think, is a great spot. So,
Yeah,
good
I think
choice, Christina.
it fits well. Yeah.
Yeah. If I had a runner-up, I'd pick Hollywood Studios because I always want to beef that park up with anything.
I know.
But I wouldn't put it on Pixar Pier. I would put it like somewhere else.
They do have a Pixar
is-
Pier Inside Out ride right now, but it's more of like a pier type ride where it's a spinny kind of outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep
It's hard to
calling it
explain.
Pixar Pier, but it's not in called that in
Pixar Pier is in California.
California.
Adventure.
I keep saying that.
Yeah. What are you referring to?
Toy Story Land.
Toy Story Land. Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't go there. It would just go somewhere in Hollywood.
That'd be
Studios.
fun if you had all this Toy Story stuff, and then all of a sudden there's an Inside Out ride.
Yeah, right. It wouldn't make sense.
Okay.
It wouldn't make
I don't
sense.
know what's going on here, but
Okay, so I would do something similar to Ratatouille, like the trackless ride. I know they're building a lot of those right now, but I think it's really cool because you would be able to ride through the different sections of the brain. So bear with me. The pre-show explains that you're training to become a worker in the brain, like one of the secondary characters that like, aren't the main emotions, like kind of.
They're kind of like these like colorful blobs.
Yeah,
with like mustaches sometimes.
One of those workers. And something needs to get fixed in headquarters. So they send you up there to fix it. But something goes wrong, and you end up getting sent out of headquarters with joy and sadness. And you have to help them get back before Riley has her first date with the boy she likes. Right. So that's when that's like your pre-show. Then you go into your car. And so then you're traveling through all the different locations from the movie, and maybe even some of the new islands that were created at the end of the movie. So I can't remember what the islands were, but like they had like I remember
there's
they had
like
Boy
Teen
Band
Vampire
Island.
movie of Island,
and they have all different islands, and so you're going through all different things. You go through the like movie set where they're filming the Unicorn Dreams, and there would be screens around you, but also animatronics and real sets. So, like, a little bit of both. Kind of similar to how, like, the the Mickey's Train is. And Star Wars. And I'm sure, like, Ratatouille is going to be, too. And it's just, like, really colorful. Like, the movie's really coming to life. And then at the end, you return Joy and Sadness back to headquarters, and you get promoted to head repair person.
Aww.
Yeah.
So you thought of it, like, beginning to end. I like it.
Yeah, I think it needs to be flushed out a little bit. But
I'm digging it, though.
It's an idea.
I think it's a cute idea.
It's an idea. I know they're doing a lot of these trackless things, but
I don't know. They're really cool, though.
yeah, they are really cool.
Neat.
No 3D. Just ride.
Just
ride.
Straight up ride.
Just ride.
Mine's also straight up ride.
Let's hear it.
I didn't write as much as you. Definitely I'd put this in the Imagination Pavilion.
I think that's the best idea.
So I don't know what to do about Figment. I don't know if you would put it on the Figment side, or if you would have to just demolish the whole thing and take out, because the Pixar Shorts Theater probably, like, go. Yeah. Either, like, make that the ride, or make it maybe, like, a meet and greet, because sometimes they have Joy and Sadness out. Well, they used to in what was Interventions.
Wait, but you can't get rid of Figment.
I knew she was going to say that.
So, you can't get rid of Figment. So that's that.
Think you could get rid of Figment?
Yeah, can't get rid of Figment.
Well, anyway, so we're going to put this little ditty in the Imagination Pavilion. I like the idea of another indoor coaster. I know, we're seeing a lot of themes here.
No, I like it, though. I like it for this.
But stay with me on this one. I like the idea of an indoor coaster like a la Gringotts at Universal.
Yeah.
If you haven't been on Gringotts, it's magic.
Yeah.
'Cause the cars twist and turn on the track.
Yeah.
But the track moves in one direction. And so it goes through screens with, like, recorded material. It's 3D.
Yeah.
But then it also goes through, like, walled areas and like actual physical sets and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So I like the idea of that. And I think maybe we could do the scene where Joy and Sadness are trying to hold on to the core memories.
Yeah, and they get
they get sucked out.
Yeah.
And you just have this like twisty turny adventure, and you're going through the memories, and maybe you end up in the area with the lost memories, and then you get to go through like the all the different parts of the mine and stuff like that. And some of it's screens where you're watching, like, you're not Joy and Sadness, you're just following Joy and Sadness on this. And then at the end, you get the core memory, and you take it back.
Oh, I love it.
It's gonna be expensive. I'm spending a lot of money here.
We both are.
Well, I spent a lot of Disney money, which they don't, unfortunately, have right now. But
that's okay.
We're spending it.
It's all imaginary. It's like Sims money.
Yeah.
We'll just put in a cheat code.
We'll put the cheat code in. Yeah, so I don't know.
I love that.
I like it.
I like it too. I think we did really good.
I think we're doing good.
Yeah.
I think we're doing good.
Honorable mentions, I can't say are that great.
They're like a shot in the dark. So we have 2 honorable mentions for you today, as always. Our first honorable mention is The Black Cauldron, which I don't know if many of you all know.
I just watched it for the first time.
Anne's just watched it for the first time.
Interesting.
So The Black Cauldron, if you don't know it, is a 1985 American animated fantasy film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation in association with Silver Screen Partners 2 and released by Walt Disney Pictures. The 25th Disney animated feature film, it is loosely based on the first 2 books in the Chronicles of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander, which was a series of 5 novels that are in turn based on Welsh mythology. It is set in the mythical land of Prydain.
Okay.
During the early Middle Ages, the film centers on the evil Horned King who hopes to secure an ancient magical cauldron that will aid him in his desire to conquer the world. He's opposed by a young swineherd named Taran, a young princess Eilonwy, the bard Fluder Flam, and a wild creature named Gurgi who seeks to destroy the cauldron to prevent the Horned King from ruling the world.
The Horned King is super creepy.
Super duper creepy.
Yeah, dark movie.
And I'm an adult.
And he's creepy.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, he's a creepy.
He's a creepy little cad right there. The film is directed by Ted Berman and Richard Rich, who directed Disney's previous animated film, The Fox and the Hound, in 1981.
Different tones.
Definitely different tones, for sure. The first Disney animated film to be recorded in Dolby Stereo. It features the voices of Grant Bardsley, Susan Sheridan, Freddie Jones, Nigel Hawthorne. We just heard, again, Nigel Hawthorne, John Byner, and John Hurt. It was the first Disney anime film to receive a PG rating. Mm-hmm.
Ah, I see
Probably
why.
because of the Horned King.
Yeah.
As well as the first Disney animated film to feature computer-generated imagery. The film was distributed theatrically through Buena Vista Distribution on July 26, 1985, with a budget of $25 to $44 million.
Wow.
It was the most expensive animated film ever made at the time, and unfortunately, it only grossed $21.3 million domestically.
Aww.
Because of its commercial failure, Disney did not release the film on home video until 1998.
Oh my gosh.
That kind of sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
It's
13 years later.
Right?
That's crazy.
It's hard to find. The copy I have is a DVD.
Yeah.
It's not been released onto Blu-ray yet, and I'm also fairly certain it's not on Disney Plus.
That's crazy.
Maybe in time?
I don't know. I feel like I didn't hate it.
No, it's like a Disney film.
Yeah.
It's like the Disney films of the 80s. It's got the same animation, same kind of vibe.
Yeah, definitely.
It's dark, but
I feel like if they gave it a chance, like, it could get a cult following.
I think so.
Yeah.
But they squash it. They
didn't want
They
it.
never talk about it anywhere.
No.
It's just like lost to the world.
Yeah.
That's the problem. These films perform badly and they're just like, no, it never happened.
Yeah. Alright, for me, I'm gonna put this, I'm stealing this pretty much is what I'm doing. I'm putting this in the Magic Kingdom under the castle.
Okay.
So in Tokyo Disney?
Yeah, it was in Tokyo Disney.
It was in Tokyo Disney. Underneath Cinderella's castle, they used to have something called the Cinderella Castle Mystery Tour. which,
my God, it's bananas.
Which presented itself as a tour through the castle, but really you end up going through the dungeons of the castle, and you're, like, greeted by, like, all the Disney villains. So, like, Maleficent's there, the Evil Queen, what's the guy from Pinocchio? Stromboli from Pinocchio. The Gargoyle from Fantasmic is there. And also the villain from the Black Cauldron. That's how it ends. So, like, you have the sword from the movie, and it ends up killing him. It is so... Honestly, look up Cinderella Castle Mystery Tour in Tokyo, Japan. It's crazy. It's not in English, but... I mean, just watch it because it's so scary.
Well, they had to...
It's, like, all in the dark.
It was going for a while, and then they eventually had to close it because it was just, like, too scary for
I know.
But it's just... There was no warning. Like, you thought you were going on a tour of the castle, and the signs are all just, like, castle tour, come see the castle tour, and then you get in there, and it just, like... It takes you through all these dungeons.
And it starts with, like... You see the pictures of Aurora and Snow White and Tarin from the Black Cauldron and Pinocchio, and then the magic mirror comes up, and lightning flashes, and it turns into all the villains. And it's all, like, a lot of it's in the dark. It's super creepy. I'm totally bringing it to Walt Disney World. I think people would like it. I think people would like it.
No, I think people would be totally into it now, especially with the popularity of, like, Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah. And just villain stuff in general, I think people would eat it up.
It would be cool.
Not for your kiddies.
Yeah, there should... I love the element of surprise that you don't really know what you're going for, but in America, I feel like we would have to probably put up a disclaimer, like, don't put your little kids on this ride.
Yeah, they'd have to know what they're getting into, because it's like...
And it's a walkthrough.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, it's a walkthrough. Cool. We haven't had one of those yet on this list.
No. Alright, what would you do?
Oh, so, you gotta look it up. It's insane.
It is. Yeah, please Google it and watch it on YouTube.
I wish they didn't get rid of it. But they did,
awesome.
Because it scared people too much. So, bear with me on this one. I think I'd put it in Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom. Because it makes sense to me there. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Medieval times, right? And there's a lot of room for expansion there than there is in Disneyland. Because... I could see it blending in among, like, the new Fantasyland section. Like, maybe near the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Forest feel, you know? There's forest in this ride. I want to do a dark ride for this.
Yeah,
you were talking about a dark ride before.
Yeah.
I think just like classic, little dark ride brings you through the story. Kind of. I like the idea of what they used to have with Scary Adventures of Snow White. So the original Scary Adventures of Snow White, you were Snow White. And you were watching it unfold through her perspective.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, the queen was coming after you and all this stuff. So I like the idea of that. So you are Tarin, right?
Yeah.
You're the main character. You see everything unfold before your eyes, the plot of the movie and stuff like that. I know this was really... The original Scary Adventures of Snow White was really controversial when it first debuted because it used to frighten the crap out of people.
Yeah.
Because it's using terror.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's kind of the movie.
But it was... If you were Snow White, you'd be scared, right?
I'd be scared.
You know, it's banned to the Black Forest, this witch lady's chasing after her, poison and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I think, like we were just saying, I think now people would be more open to like a scarier element to something.
I think so too. I think
the teenagers would eat it up.
Yeah.
I think the adults would eat it up. Kids, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
But you just keep them off of it. You tell them like ahead of time. Like, it's not for you. So I like the idea. I like the idea of having another classic dark ride. There can never be too many, so I'm all about it.
I agree.
How about our other honorable mention, Ange?
Our other honorable mention is Lady and the Tramp.
Yay!
Lady and the Tramp is a 1955 American animated musical romance film produced by Walt Disney and released by Buena Vista Film Distribution. It was the first animated film distributed by the company. The 15th Disney animated feature film. It was the first animated feature film in the CinemaScope widescreen film process.
The show isn't broadcasting. CinemaScope.
That's from Hairspray on Broadway.
Yeah, Hairspray. Yeah.
Based on the 1945 Cosmopolitan magazine story of Happy Dan, the Cynical Dog by Ward Green, Lady and the Tramp tells the story of a female American Cocker Spaniel named Lady, who lives with a refined upper-middle-class family and a male stray mutt called the Tramp. When the two dogs meet, they embark on many romantic adventures and fall in love.
Oh.
Lady and the Tramp was released in theaters on June 22nd, 1955, to box office success. It initially received mixed to negative reviews by film critics, but critical reception for the film has been generally positive in modern times, and the film is now seen as one of the best animated films from Disney. Directed by Clyde Geronimi, Wilford Jackson, and Hamilton Lusk, the film features the voices of Barbara Luddy, Larry Roberts, Bill Thompson, Bill Baucom, Verna Felton, and Peggy Lee. A direct-to-video sequel, Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure, was released on February 27, 2001. A live-action remake premiered on November 12, 2019 on the Walt Disney Company's streaming service, Disney+. We haven't seen that one yet, and I don't know what we're waiting for.
I'm sad to say that we haven't watched it.
I think
yet.
maybe we'll watch it this afternoon.
That's a good idea.
All right. I'm gonna put this guy in Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Probably in Fantasyland.
Okay.
'Cause why not? I'm bringing another dark ride in. I know it's not original, folks, but you know what? It's what I'm feeling. So it's a dark ride, and you're going through the movie of Lady and the Tramp.
Okay.
But I don't need the animatronics to be, like, high-tech and crazy. Like, I'm fine with... Actually, I changed that. Because the Monsters, Inc. ride in Disneyland is so disappointing, because they don't move at all.
I think that's the style they were going for.
Alright, well, I changed my mind. I don't want that style. Give me a little bit of movement in these animatronics. It doesn't need to be insane. Little something.
Are you the size of a dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything's gonna be bigger to you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like running along with Lady and the Tramp.
Okay.
And the Siamese cats are there. They cause havoc.
Okay. Mm-hmm,
Yeah. And on a track, nothing crazy.
Okay, I like it.
So that's where I'm going with this.
All right. I
Sorry.
like it.
Your turn.
I'm gonna differ a little bit here. I'd put this in Disneyland.
Nope, not allowed.
I think I am. Because Magic Kingdom has Tony's Town Square, and Disneyland doesn't have any kind of Lady and the Tramp, like, representation.
Okay.
Which is odd, because Walt Disney, he really liked that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for the dogs. I put it on Main Street, or just off, because, like, time period-wise, they're, like, around the same time.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a 3D show. I know they don't do those much anymore.
No.
Because technology is kind of more advanced now.
Yeah.
But something along the lines of like a Mickey's PhilharMagic, I think it'd be cute.
I like that idea.
I could see it, like, easily see the video being like, you're a lady and you're running away from the family. And it's, like, told from her perspective, and then she meets Tramp and all the other characters along her adventure, and you've got, like, water effects.
Yeah.
And you got the perfume effects when she goes through the Italian restaurant. Can you imagine just, like, a whiff of garlic
I love
or
that.
something?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cute.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. I like that a lot.
They don't do a lot of those anymore, but they're fun
Bring
for
it
all
back.
ages.
I like it.
They're fun for all ages. I like it. Not 4D. I don't need the seats to move. Just 3D.
A classic 3D with some
3D with a little bit of
some different elements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
I love that idea.
Okay, thank you.
I think that was a great way to end this.
Okay.
So, we hope that you love this episode, because honestly, we had a lot of fun coming up with these ideas. So, if you have any ideas for movies that you would turn into attractions and what those would be, I would love to hear anything you have to say.
Yeah, because get creative.
Yeah,
it's
it
fun.
was so much
It's a lot of fun pretending you have imaginary money and building these attractions.
It's really awesome. So, please leave us a comment on social media.
Yeah, definitely. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yes, so thank you guys for listening.
And we'll see you real soon.